They told you, be yourself. But they never asked who built that self in the first place. What if the version of you walking around wasn't born? It was assembled from panic, from pressure, from copying the loudest people in the room just to survive another day. You smiled because it calmed the room. You apologized when you were the one bleeding. You said, "I'm fine," so often, it started to sound like your name. And the worst part? No one noticed because you were so good at it, so convincing in your disguise that even you forgot where the mask ended. You didn't choose this personality, you negotiated for it. You figured out what kept you from being yelled at, abandoned, excluded, laughed at, and you locked it in. Not because it was right, but because it worked. You became a peacekeeper, a chameleon, a shadow with a smile. And now you're older. No one's chasing you with rules anymore, but you still live like they are. You sit with your silence, not because it's peaceful, but because you don't even know what you'd say if you were finally honest. And that silence whispers one question you're terrified to answer. If I stripped away the act, would there be anything left? This isn't just insecurity, it's identity fatigue. You're exhausted from maintaining a version of yourself that doesn't feel real. And even worse, afraid that without it, you might be nothing at all. This is where most people stop, right here at the edge of reinvention. Because you think reinvention means pretending again, faking another smile, rebranding the same wounds. But what if reinvention wasn't about being better? What if it was about becoming real? Reinvention is not about waking up at 5 a.m., drinking green sludge, or journaling your trauma away with pastel highlighters. That's aesthetics. We're talking architecture you want to rebuild? Then you start with demolition. Not a new morning routine. A funeral? You bury the version of you that was built for approval. You burn the scripts written by people who never lived your life. And no, that's not poetic language. That's an actual step. Go back and list out the roles you were forced to play. The smart one, the quiet one, the nice guy, the perfect girl, the always available, never angry, always smiling you. Then ask out loud, did I choose this? Or did I perform it to survive? Because you can't reinvent what you won't admit was fake. Now, once you've cleared that junk, you get to choose. Not all at once, not with fireworks, just piece by piece, painfully honest. Start with one question. What do I actually respect? Not envy, not what trends, but respect. Who do you admire when no one's watching you admire them? That's the skeleton key to your next identity. Not someone you pretend to be, but someone you earn. And yes, it'll feel fake at first. Not because you're lying, but because the truth is new. Your nervous system has been wired to serve the old mask. It'll glitch, panic, rebel. You'll say no to things you used to say yes to, and your stomach will twist. You'll set a boundary and feel like a villain. You'll disappoint people and feel the guilt like a migraine. But guess what? That guilt, that's the withdrawal symptom of self-abandonment. You're not doing something wrong, you're finally doing something real. And the people who liked the fake version of you, let them go. You were never real to them anyway. You will realize how many people were only attached to your disguise. And when they leave, it hurts. But it's necessary, because the real ones don't love your costume. They love your shadow, they love your fire, they love your silence when you stop filling space with fake joy and start holding it with real presence. This process isn't glamorous. You'll lose people. You'll question everything. You'll feel naked in rooms you used to own with a smile. But over time, you stop flinching. You stop apologizing for breathing. You speak in your real voice, and then even you don't recognize the power in it. And one day, quietly, without a milestone or a trophy, you'll wake up and realize you don't hate yourself anymore. Not because you fixed everything, but because, for once, you know exactly who's staring back in the mirror.